and welcome to my studio. We're working on 4th of July and we've created these real simple, real fast burlap. They can be lights, they can be silverware holders, they can hold down the tables, you can put arrangement in. There's so many things you can do with them, so let's get busy and show you how to do it. For this project, you can use recycled jars. I used, you could use pickle jars, spaghetti jars, anything that's a glass jar. I used an old canning jar. So anything that you have already around your house, that's great to use. If you don't have them, you can pick them up real inexpensive. For this project, we're going to be using the Miriam Joy Star Craft Templates. And these are the newest in the Craft Template series. So check them out. And you're going to use whatever size of burlap ribbon that will fit around your project. For this one, I had it a lot thicker and I did it all the way up on top, but I like a little bit more narrow strip, and I actually purchased this at the Dollar Tree. So whatever you find that you like, go ahead and get it around your jar, and then we're just going to cut just a little bit extra so we can hot glue that on when we're done. This is a real fast, simple, easy project. It's not going to take very long at all. So we're going to see what size of star fits in our ribbon here, and we want to do kind of in the middle. And I didn't want to put white in the middle because white doesn't show up as much. So I picked either the red or the blue to do in the middle. And I am using acrylic paint. It doesn't matter what kind. And just an old brush that you can get down into the inside of the star templates. And I'm just going to hold my templates on. If you wanted to, you could actually tape it on, or however you wanted to do that. So it goes really quick. Like I said, you could do a bunch of these for a party. You could have them going down the center all together, and you won't spend a lot of money doing it. And then just simply take this off. You can use baby wipes, or what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stop. I'm going to go wash this off in the sink and wash my paintbrush as well and do the next color. We also carry the Crafts scrub brushes, Miriam Joyce Craft scrub brushes that are really wonderful to clean up the templates, and that's what I use. We have those as well. Now the one thing that we want to do is, because we're working so fast, the paint isn't quite dry there. We want to make sure that we don't get back into that. So we're going to clean that out. I'm just using a cheap, inexpensive plastic plate. You also could use a paper plate. Now on this next one, I lined it up right here with this on the inside of the next one. And we just want to keep our top upright, make sure it all fits, and go to our next color. I'll go ahead and do white. And make sure you dry your brush really, really well if there's not that water in there, or it'll come running out like that. We're going to do the exact same thing again. And I just hold that down with my fingers. And on the white, if your white doesn't show up enough, do another coat on it. Let it dry just a tad, and then just go ahead and do the other coat right on it. And then that way it'll show up nice and bright. I'm just going to probably do this all in one thing right now. I'm going to load me a little bit more white paint and then do it again. But don't move around on your black on the back of your plate. You want to keep that in the same spot, because that'll move that paint to other parts that are not in your template. So that's the reason for that. I just loved how wonderful these looked and how fast and inexpensive they are. So, okay, so I'm going to go wash up this one and we'll do our last blue one. I wiped up my white star. We're going to put our last blue star on. We're going to line that up. If you wanted more detail, you could get a finer ribbon. This was really kind of white, but I wanted to use it for candles, and I wanted the candles to show through. But my other one's a little bit more knit tightly, I guess is the word I'm looking for. So, how easy are these templates to use? You can use any of the templates in this method, not just the stars. And we are done. You want to make sure you don't put that on your plate. You may want to go ahead and let it dry in between. I'm a little bit thicker on my white, but we're going to go ahead and move forward just so we can show you today. I wanted to put the curve part in the back so that there's nothing up front with the stars, and I'm just going to do a thin line of hot glue, and it probably will come off, but in the meantime it will hold it in place till we get this on, because it's the ribbon, the hot glue will stay in the ribbon because it's porous and the glass is not porous. So you are not really gluing it onto the glass, we're just holding it in place while we do that. If you wanted your stars more spaced evenly around your jar, you can do that, but I wanted to kind of see them from the front. Be careful when you start to pull these, because if you get too far down, you're going to start getting into your stars and take away the pattern. So you can either cut them, and another thing you can do to keep these from raveling is to hit them with your varnish, your spray varnish, and that will help hold them in place. So we've got that there, and I'm just going to simply finish this decoration with raffia. Another thing that you can use is the star garland, and that would be really cute. You can pick that up at the dollar stores. They usually carry it, or any of the Target, Walmart, any of those usually have a star garland as well. So that is something to think about, and it will change up the look of it. But I like the raffia with the burlap. It has more of that natural look to me, and that's kind of what I am after for this. And you're going to decide if you want that off to the side or if you want that in front. And then if you have it up high enough, because this jar lid is kind of long, so we'll slide that up there, you can put that bow in the middle without covering any of that up. And we're done. We barely got started and we're already done. Isn't that wonderful? Make sure you come over, check out all of our 4th of July videos that we've got going on at Miriam Joys, and give us a thumbs up, subscribe to our YouTubes so that we can continue to grow them. Have a happy 4th of July. God bless.